My room looks so dark.
Yeah, but your face is so well lit. Like, what?
Face card never declines. It's because I have really good lighting. I have a really good lighting setup in this corner.
Yeah.
But I only do, I don't do ceiling lighting in my apartment because,
yeah. No, gross. Gross.
Yeah. But they're all just like little things, and I don't want to turn them all on just to make it look like I'm not in a cave. So I like the idea that people think I'm in a cave.
I don't think people will assume that about you.
Well,
you
I
don't look like a cave sort.
Why not?
Maybe that's my bias, and and you really are.
You
a
don't
cave
look
sort.
like a girl who lives in a cave.
Yeah, like your hair is recently washed. In
That's
a home
true.
with plumbing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's fair. I actually don't like going places without plumbing. In my head, my cave has plumbing and all the
really good
amenities
cave.
of modern life, but it's just in a cave.
Yeah. Okay, that works. It's a very nicely decorated cave.
Yes, I should have been more specific. It's a nicely decorated and comfortable cave.
We're living the cave lifestyle in 2026.
Hell yeah, let's go, cavemen.
Join us. I'm Shelby.
I'm Sam.
This is the Rom Complex.
Romance ain't gotta be overrated or complicated. The Rom Complex. Welcome, we're glad you made it, but don't be shady. It's just the Rom Complex. It's just the Rom Complex.
We're back. It's season 2.
Season 2, baby.
Can you believe it?
It only took us 284 episodes to get here.
It only took us 5 years.
I think we finally figured our groove,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have a groove. We have a flow. We're going to switch it up. We figured it out. Now we're going to change it.
Switching it up. Yeah.
That's what it's all about, though.
Got to keep us on our toes,
Well, the rom-com industry is keeping us on our toes because it's releasing.
Rom-com industrial complex.
The industrial rom complex.
There you go. Got him.
Continuing to churn out movies. So we got to go see them.
Yeah. They finally listened to us. We were like, make more rom-coms.
Make more.
Like, okay.
They're doing it.
Good job.
They just did Netflix just did one in January.
Yes.
People We Meet on Vacation. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So if that is not clear by that introduction, we're talking about People We Meet on Vacation.
Yes. 2025.
6.
Oh my God. Help. I'm still stuck in the year from hell. 2026. Guys, I said 2026 the first time.
Yes. Directed by Brett Haley. A screenplay by Yulin Kwong, Amos Vernon, and Nunzio Randazzo. Based on, of course, the book People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. You've read it.
I have.
I've
multiple
read it.
times. I've read it a few times. Yeah.
I've just read it once, and it's been a while. And I think that's part of why we have slightly differing opinions on this movie.
I do think that could be. I haven't read it in a while either, but I've read it multiple times, so I have a better grasp of the facts. And this movie is starring Emily Bader and Tom Blythe. Hunger Games.
Of Hunger Games. I had not seen him in anything else, because I haven't seen Songbirds and Snakes.
No.
So he was new to me.
He's very cute. You should watch him in Songbirds and Snakes or this cutie little gay movie he did called Plain Clothes, which was a delight. I enjoyed that film as well.
How would a plane put on a pair of pants? Would it be over the wings?
You know what? And they spend the entire movie
plain clothes
trying to figure that out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. 100%.
And then in the end, he has to zip it up while the plane's flying. And we're like, Tom, get down from there.
Yeah. It's like a whole Mission Impossible style situation.
And then Emily Bader, had you seen her in anything else?
I did. She was on a show on Amazon Prime called My Lady Jane. And she was fantastic. She's really talented. And I loved her in this.
Yeah, I thought she was fantastic in this.
She's just so cute.
Very charming.
Somebody mentioned this on TikTok, and I 100% agree that Tom and Emily look like attractive people you would meet in real life, not attractive people based on in Hollywood, you know, they have the nose jobs and the teeth fixing and like they have perfect teeth and all this stuff. Like, no, they both have their own regular like teeth in their mouth, but they just look like if you were at a grocery store and you saw a really hot person, it would be one of these two.
It's not, I don't know if it is like that outside of LA, but like people do get plastic surgeries to look all like the same. It's like a style. You'll have like, oh, this nose is in style. Yeah. You get a surgery. It's like buying a jacket because it's in style.
Yeah, it's a trend.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you think of like BBLs, like now people are getting their BBLs removed, which I didn't know was possible, but it's a style. Like getting a BBL was a trend.
Ugh, why do women's bodies have to be a fashion instead of just a thing they have? Anyway, it's fine. We're talking about people we meet on vacation. We're getting our vacation bodies.
Yeah.
That means you just put a bathing suit on. So
we're in our summer bodies.
Our summer bodies. So basically, this movie of friends to lovers things told over the course of like many vacation trips that these friends have taken together over the summers.
And there's clearly some drama that we have to discover later.
There always is. I mean, it's a rom-com. There's going to be someone's lied or miscommunicated or, you know, that's just how it goes. But it can't be bad enough that they can't get back together at the end.
Exactly.
So what would you say this movie is about?
This movie is about finding your home.
It really, you know what? It is. And
I just came up with that on the fly.
I love that because we have the two characters. Poppy loves to travel. She's the main character. She loves to travel. She's a travel writer. That's how much she loves it. And she can never stay in one place very long. Like she's hopping around on trips all the time.
Exactly.
Alex, he's always lived in Linfield, Ohio. He likes it home. He likes, to be pretty quiet. But he still comes alive on these vacations that they take together. So it's kind of her, searching for what your home is, what feels like home to you.
Yeah, I think they even reference this in the trailer a little bit. It's like on vacation, you have permission to be whoever you want to be. And I think what these characters are ultimately discovering throughout the course of the movie is you don't have to just be on vacation to have the life that you want or to be able to say the things you want to say, right? And it's just about finding a place that you feel comfortable enough to say those things or like to want those things for yourself. So yeah, it's a really cute little friends to lovers moment and they're both hot. So you want them together.
Yeah, totally. I want them to, I'll watch it.
Yeah. 100%.
We're not going clean in season 2. We're still spicy.
We're spicy.
So I guess we'll kind of transition into more spoilery stuff here. So we're going to get into the plot. If you haven't seen the movie, pause, go watch it, come back here. Unless you don't want to watch it. Yeah. And then you can just listen to us tell you about it.
Yeah. If you don't mind being spoiled, stick around. But if you want to wait until you've watched the movie, get out of here. We'll see you later. We'll be waiting.
So we've got Poppy. She's a travel writer, but she's bored with going on vacations. She's like, this is not working for me anymore.
Her spark is gone. She doesn't have that same energy that she used to.
Right.
And her boss is the one telling us this. Her boss is like, your writing is worse.
Your writing sucks, actually. Old Jamila Jamil with looking more intense than anyone else in the movie. Very fashioned.
Very fashioned.
Very fashioned. Yeah. So she gets a call about a wedding in Barcelona.
Yes.
That she's invited to. Mm-hmm. And she knows her best friend, the groom's brother, is going to be there. But they had a falling out. So this is Alex.
Yes.
Now
we don't know why.
We don't know why. So then we have to go on all these flashbacks to fucking find out why.
Well, the flashbacks also need to establish their relationship. When did they meet? How did they become friends? How did they become the people that other people meet on vacation?
Yeah, and it takes a whole movie, and they could have just told me instead of shown me.
I mean, I think my biggest argument, not against this movie, because I do want to preface this by saying I did enjoy this movie. I think as a standalone rom-com, it's a really cute movie. Yeah. But as a movie that's based on a book, it's a really not great adaptation of the book.
you would say it's not a satisfying adaptation.
It's not as satisfying. And I realized this after we had watched it over the weekend. Emily Henry didn't touch the screenplay at all, which like I don't think the writer technically needs to, but she is doing funny story, which makes me happy for that. She is writing the screenplay for that. But I do think like the overall essence of the story is there, like the vibe of People We Meet on Vacation is there. It's just like certain things that were changed for the movie I didn't really love. And I just think it would have made a better limited series, in my opinion.
To give
every
more...
episode is 1 year of vacations until we culminate in the final, like, whatever. Because 2 hours wasn't enough time, in my opinion, to really get the tension building between Poppy and Alex.
I see what you're saying. I think that would have taken it to a different place, and it wouldn't have been like the kind of light, breezy rom-com movie that it is. Like, I think you maybe craved something with more meat to it, which is you get out of a book. But to get it out of a movie, there's like a lot more that has to go on.
Well, yeah, I also think too, though, I think specifically because this is a story that spans 10 years, I don't think you can fit that into 2 movies in a way that's like, because I think the reason there was like this lack of tension is because we really don't get to see them. Like, I don't know, we didn't get all of the good times, so that when we see this stark difference in like how they're acting towards each other, you're just like, okay, well, like, yeah, that kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Like, I don't know. I just don't think it built tension correctly. And I think, and I did mention this to you previously, they switched something from the book, which was in the book, this vacation isn't paid for by her job, so she's paying out of pocket.
Right. The trip to Barcelona for the wedding.
Right. In the book, it's Vegas. Or no, sorry, Palm Springs.
Yeah.
And I think that adds a level of like, I don't know, like stakes and tension that helps build to the ultimate like culmination of them finally like, fuck it, you know, like that moment. Because it's like, if you remember too, which again, you haven't read it in a while, but like, it's like the hotel is bad. The car is bad. The like places that they try to go and see are bad. And so it's like there's like resenting each other in a lot of ways, like as this builds up. And so it's just like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think if you've ever watched One Day, which I know technically is not a rom-com, that's a rom-dram for sure.
I think we covered it.
Sorry, the show.
Oh.
They made a show version. And I think People We Meet on Vacation will fall into this exact same category of like, one day the movie is fine, but one day the show is better.
Right.
Because there's more time.
More time with the characters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To really flesh them out. I feel like I didn't really know who Alex was. I feel like I only knew who Alex was because I've read the book. And fill those holes.
I disagreed. I got a like pretty strong sense of the characters, and I see like the stuff that you're talking about is like, yeah, that's missing. I don't know where they would have put it in this movie and not made it like over 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying. It needs to be a series.
It's just one of those things with adaptations.
I think it just needed it. I think
it needed more.
If it had been a rom-com that was like less history time, like this, because there's so much history that I feel like needs to get hit. And so like and this is why I say I don't really think I understood Alex in the world of this, or like as a character in this movie, but only because it was informed by the book that I've already read. Because there's the whole like subplot of like Alex and his family dynamic that we do not get in this movie. There's the whole subplot of Poppy in her family dynamic. The whole reason she kept wanting to leave Linfield was because of her how her parents lived, and she was like, I don't want any of this. And in the movie they're just played as like quirky little silly goofs. I'm just saying there was just more background stuff personally.
So like the first flashback we get, because we get this, she's like, oh, Alex is going to be there. I haven't talked to him in years, but that was my best friend. So we see they're when they meet, they are driving back. They're from the same town, so they're driving back from Boston College together. And they're clearly very different. And the car breaks down at some point. Is that what happens?
And no, the car, they stop for gas.
Oh, right. And then lock the keys
Poppy
in.
locks the keys in the car.
So it's not going well. And he's just like, this girl needs to shut up. So, but then they end up staying in a place and he goes for a run and it kind of solidifies, he sees what she's talking about vacation and how great travel is. Cause he's like, I saw a beautiful sunrise in a place I've never been before.
Yeah.
That's great. So from then on, they lock in. They're like, okay, we're friends now. We've been through this together and let's go on vacation.
Yeah.
Every summer.
Yeah, I think the initial first vacation that we see is actually just a response to Alex and his girlfriend breaking up. She's like, oh, we're just going to go on this little trip. And it's on this trip when, again, more of these like unplanned, very silly, like Alex goes skinny dipping and his clothes end up at sea. So he has to wear her romper. Like he gets lost. It's all very like silly moments. And it's after that, with Poppy confessing in a hypothetical, non-hypothetical way that she's not going to go back to school next year, but she wants to stay friends with him. And he's like, okay, that's it. Every year, every summer, we're going on a trip.
Now, I will say, if you're willing to commit to going on a trip with someone every summer, and they said somewhere in the world, and these are people in like their early 20s, right?
Yeah.
Like, who can afford a world travel trip in their early 20s for every year, every summer? And they're like doing activities and stuff. I don't know. Wild. But that's rom-com logic.
I think a lot of the early, yes, it is definitely rom-com logic. But I think a lot of their early trips were in the continental US.
That's fair.
Like they go to Napa and the first one is like in Canada. Like they drive or they fly to Canada. So I'm sure 9 years ago, it was a little bit more affordable to fly in the continental US.
Yeah.
And then eventually, once she gets her big girl job and is like, all of the flights and shit are paid for, that's when they start going international.
To cool places.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they try to like hook up with other people on this camping trip. So it's like very much like, oh, they're not trying to hook up with each other. It's, they're
strictly friends. Yeah.
And so, they're going to do this every summer. And now I don't think they thought about like, because literally everyone I talked to was like, I don't think I'd want my partner going on trips every summer with the attractive friend they clearly are in love with.
Yikes.
That seems like a little
overcommitted.
Not going to fly.
Yeah. If I was the girlfriend, I would probably not be super thrilled about it. But if I felt threatened by my boyfriend's gorgeous friend that he's obviously in love with, I would end the relationship.
Exactly.
Because clearly I don't need to be here.
So Alex has this like long time on again, off again girlfriend, Sarah. So like they are together when Alex and Poppy first met, and then they break up. They go on a camping trip, and then like he and Sarah get together again. They're going, back and forth. But in the present, so she gets to Barcelona, or she calls Alex and tells her she's going to Barcelona after her friend is like, don't go. That's ridiculous. So she goes and runs into him at the airport. Yeah. And he like takes her to her place and it sucks. Like the AC doesn't work and there's plastic all over the doors so she can't open them.
Yeah. There's like construction plastic. It's not even like, it's literally like, do not come out here, construction zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do a little clever transition, right? Because like she's like, oh, at least it's a dry heat, so my hair won't poof up. And he's like, oh, I remember in New Orleans. So now we flash back to New Orleans, which is like probably my favorite part is their New Orleans
trip. It's the best part. Yeah.
Because this one, they've been doing these for a while, right? And they have gotten their groove and they just go to New Orleans and have fun. They improv with strangers, a trope I love.
Yeah. You do love that.
It just happens in movies.
Dance, and Alex like opens up. I love the one thing I do love about all of the flashback scenes is that like, because we're introduced to Alex, who's like a very buttoned up kind of like type A, I guess you could call him, kind of person. Like on all of the flashback trips, there's like at least one moment where he does something that's like categorically un-Alex. So like the camping trip, it's the skinny dipping. For this one, he like she lies their way into a dance moment where they have to dance in front of strangers. And he's like, okay, you asked for it. So he does his little dancing.
This is the best that could have gone because they're saying they're married and then she's trying to tell these strangers, oh, he choreographed us a dance routine for our wedding. And they're like, I want to see it. So she starts doing it and she's making him do this. This is literally the best way it could have turned out if you try to get someone to do a dance routine. He can actually dance. Like, he's dancing, he's going full into it, and they have a great time. And I'm sure
she knew, at least...
She suspected
that he could dance.
Yeah. I think she just wanted to see what would happen. I don't think she really thinks all the way far ahead like
also,
that.
this is like zero stakes. So what? This couple finds out they're not engaged.
Right.
Like,
it's just awkward. It would be awkward for Alex. The thing is, like,
Poppy
is kind of a menace because she'll push him into these kinds of things.
She's chaotic.
But she likes it. I mean, he likes it.
Yeah, he does. And she's like, come on, these are like things we'll remember forever.
Right.
Which, like, cool. I love that. I think I'm aligned with Poppy on all of that. I'm like, yeah, girl, let's go.
I also love a little dance scene in a bar. That's another rom-com trope. Like, let's get it in there. Dance scene in a bar or karaoke. Like, it's got to have the one or the other.
Yeah. And then right after the dancing in a bar, we get another trope that I love, which is someone gets hurt and has to be carried.
Yes. So
carried by the other one.
I know. Okay. So she hurts herself, right? Or she steps on her ankle rolls.
She rolls her ankle by stepping on her giant platform heels incorrectly.
She's wearing a wig that looks like Natalie Portman in Closer, if you've seen that.
She does.
It reminds me of that. So Alex piggyback rides her home. I mean, wait, she piggyback rides? Anyway, Alex gives her a piggyback ride.
He carries her on
back
his
to
back.
their place. And then her boyfriend, who she had already confessed like she didn't like anymore and like didn't really want to be with, he's there.
Ugh.
He came to her. He missed her so much. He came to her vacation.
He just didn't want Alex to be alone with her.
Exactly. And that's very clear. Right.
Very clear. I just love that before he picks her up, he's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. But you can't call me Seabiscuit and you can't scream faster, faster, faster. And she's like, dang it. I really wanted to do that.
Yeah. She's like, how did you know that's what I would want to do? So Alex has stayed in Barcelona. Alex has stayed because he's like, this place sucks. I'm trying to fix the air conditioning. I've just been doing the AC in my home. So let's get into this. But he has like a back spasm.
Yeah.
So Poppy is like, oh, I'll take care of it. Like, stay here. I'll take care of you. It's fine. It's payback. It's repayment for like what happened when we tried to go to Norway. So now we get another flashback.
Yeah.
Another trope that we love.
Taking care of a sick person.
They're supposed to go to Norway. Of course.
I wanted this to be longer. I wanted it to be more charged. Like, come on. Taking care of someone when they're sick. That's like one of my favorite parts of the Hating Game, which we both which we've talked about and we've both read as well.
Yeah.
I think the book version is way hotter. But yes, I love. I'm just. I can't do any. Oh, I'm so sick. I can't get out of bed. And then he just like springs into action. It's so hot.
So he does that here in a very like not over the top, but like he's committed because Alex is so excited about this Norway trip, but she calls and is like morning of the flight. She is super sick, has a fever. So he, without telling her, changes his plans. He goes and shows up at her door and then takes care of her instead of the Norway trip. And they both, like, in the present, they're both like, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Was just him taking care of her in her apartment.
Hell yeah. They want to fuck.
They do. Guess what? You can take care of someone in your apartment whenever they're sick. If you're in a committed relationship
if you're
with
dating.
Poppy. Because let's be clear here. This is Poppy's fault that they're not dating. I think if Poppy had been at any point, we're dating now, he would have been like, yes, we are.
Sure. I think her own like psychological blocks as to why she doesn't want to ruin their friendship.
It makes sense.
But I also think it's a little bit on Alex too. I think Alex is kind of a pussy when it comes to Poppy in the sense that he doesn't want to make the first move because
fair.
I don't think he could stand getting rejected by her.
I think he kind of explains like this later, because he really does come out and say like, I was waiting for you like the whole time. So it's like
you didn't tell me.
Did he have to wait? Like he could have stepped out himself, but you know.
Right. You could have done it too, man. It didn't have to. And you were the one who was always in a fucking relationship also. So like, how is Poppy supposed to be the one that like decides to make the first move when tomorrow you might be back together with Sarah?
Who knows?
You know? So yeah, Norway trip, super cute. He has the back spasm. And this is one thing that I still don't understand in the movie. So like they established that Alex has a hotel room. We never see the hotel room.
We don't.
Right?
Yeah.
It never happens. But also she's like, okay, you sleep on the bed, I'll sleep on the couch, you know, and I'm not taking no for an answer. Kind of, she's like, I want to take care of you for this. And so, but then the next morning she wakes up, he's not there, but then he comes back after his run. But you're not staying, like, why wouldn't you go? Like, your hotel room has AC. Like, your hotel room likely has AC. Like, what are we doing?
Because he wants to be around Poppy.
I know, but it's just like, again, in the book, it was set up that they were sharing a hotel room. So it makes sense that they were always together for these scenes. And here it's just like this throwaway hotel room that we never get to see. Did he get refunded? He never went to that hotel. So, like,
I don't understand why they did that, why he wasn't just staying with her,
right?
Like in the book. Like
it literally could have been like, oh, they got to the hotel and his room wasn't actually, like, they didn't have his room reservation.
Right.
And he had nowhere to stay. Literally, it could have been such an easy fix, or to get like Poppy.
I would just say from the beginning,
room.
like maybe they agree, maybe, you know, she offered to have him stay with her. Because
R&R was footing the bill or something.
Yeah,
it could have been a very easy fix, but instead they just like ignore it. Like they're just like, don't look at the fact that he has a hotel room that he's never been to.
And I do think that's valid from like a storytelling perspective in a movie, is like you can't describe and explain everything, because there's just certain things that aren't important to the story that's going on.
To me.
You don't want to distract people.
I need to know why they're there.
Right, but then you always get someone who's like, wait, but this is the thing that bothers me and you left it out.
I'm just like, I just don't get it. It just doesn't make sense. Anyway.
We gotta hit some more tropes, because first they go to the rehearsal dinner in Barcelona. Like,
this is another trope. We've got it right here. It's like the Cinderella moment is what I'll call it. It's the moment where a beautiful woman or man, but we're talking woman in this situation, enters into a party, an event, a gathering. Yeah. And she looks beautiful.
Gorgeous.
She's styled perfectly.
Dress looks like a painted sheen on her. Yeah, it's like incredible.
It's so pretty. That color would look atrocious on me. Never get me anything in that color. I would look like I have jaundice. I swear to God, it's such a bad color for me. But she looks fantastic. And then we have that moment of like, oh, because originally when he invites her, she's like, oh, isn't that supposed to be like for family? And he's like, oh, you're basically basically already family. Yeah. So then we have that thing that I love when it's like, especially in like a friends to lovers situation, where it's like this person who you're trying so hard to like not be in love with anymore is really good with your family. Yeah. And like your family fucking loves her. I mean, that's the reason you to be together.
Yeah, it's his brother's wedding. That's the reason David called her and to be like, are you coming? Because he's like, you make my family like fun.
More fun.
You make my family more fun.
And you know what? I should have looked this up before we started talking, but I'm pretty sure, and if I can put money on it if we need to add some stakes here, but I'm pretty sure the brother David is the guy who was in that show 13 Reasons Why. Do you remember that show? And I'm
Someone
pretty sure
just
this guy
talked to me about that. That's so funny. Like,
he was in Love,
but
Simon.
It was in 13.
Yes,
he was in 13 Reasons
Alex
Why.
Standall. Yes. Mm-hmm. Does that character kill himself too? Anyway, so I remember seeing him and being like, wait, that's that guy, right? And I'm right. I just looked it up and confirmed.
The IMDb Sam strikes again.
She strikes again.
So after the rehearsal dinner, so he finds out that from David, because David was the brother, is like, oh, I'm so glad you got out of that Greece trip that you were supposed to go on, because she was supposed to go to Santorini. And that's when Alex realizes Poppy was not supposed to be in Barcelona, like he said, like she said, she lied about that. So he kind of confronts her afterwards and is like, why are you here? And she says, well, I just, I missed you and I wanted things to go back to how they were before the Tuscany trip. So now we get to see how it all went down in
what
Tuscany.
happened? What's the drama? Let us know right now.
Let us know
And
what
they do.
happened. Yes. So Poppy has a boyfriend at this time, Trey.
Yeah.
And then Alex brings
Alfie from Emily
Alfie
in Paris.
from Emily in Paris. Listen to
Yeah.
our mini episodes on the Patreon. So they have this beautiful villa in Tuscany, and Alex and Sarah, his on-again, off-again girlfriend, come to stay for the summer vacation. And there's like a little bit of tension, but it's not really too much. But it is
It's
like
awkwardness.
It's a little awkwardness. They're not, readily having, they're not quick to have conversations, and
because there's extra people here, right?
Right.
Like you kind of the way you are with your best friends or someone that you are very close with, like Poppy is with Alex. It's like you would say certain things that you wouldn't say if his girlfriend was standing right next to him. It's not even like in a sexual way or like a flirting way. It's just like, Sarah doesn't need to know this about me.
Yes. That's if it's about you. Yeah, it's like you wouldn't tell her stuff.
Right. Exactly.
She makes a little comment. She's like, "Oh, I don't know what Alex is going to do, and the person he's usually texting is here."
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a little bit, but Sarah doesn't seem like a bitch or anything. She's excited to be here and wants to be friends and get to know her partner's best friend.
Yeah, they actually made Sarah in the movie a lot more likable because I think in the book she's actually not great, like at all. I think, and this is something that was left out, which is like I didn't really care about this being left out, is that the first time Sarah breaks up with Alex in like the length of their on again, off again relationship is because she tells him it's because he's boring. She breaks up with him because he's boring.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but that's like kind of like, even if that was the reason, that's not the reason you give, babe. Like, that's so mean. But yeah, so they definitely did a lot of, not even a lot, but they just made her more likable in the movie.
Yeah.
She's just a girl.
She's just a girl.
She's somebody's girlfriend that you've met. You know what I mean? Like, she's that person.
Yeah. So that night, Poppy's very upset about something and calls Alex outside to talk about it. And because she didn't feel well and she threw up and she was like, "Alex, I think I'm pregnant."
Yeah. And this is the moment I think Sarah was too understanding because he's like getting all these text messages and Sarah's like, "Is that her?" And he's like, "Yeah." She's like freaking out. If my boyfriend left, if we were all on vacation with his best friend who's at this house and we were just like retired to our little room and I already made a joke about like if you're here, who's Alex gonna be texting? And then they're still texting. Like, I would be like, wait, what the fuck? We came on vacation together. You're not on vacation with her. What the fuck?
Help.
Yeah. So yeah, I think she's like a little too I wouldn't have been this understanding.
No, I get it. I
saying.
mean, because I think about it and I'm like, oh, if we were at a place and like you were really upset and I had already settled down with Chase, of course I would go.
Yeah, but like we're not in love with each other.
Right. But they don't know that at the time. And Sarah doesn't know that, but she's like trying to make it not true when it's clearly true.
She knows. Yeah, she knows.
So Alex is like, he's like, straightforward. He's like, "All right, well, let's get a pregnancy test. We'll do that. Let's get a pregnancy test." So they do that. And she's very upset, about all of this, but it's negative. She's not pregnant. So thank goodness we don't have to deal with that trope.
Thank God. You know how much I hate an accidental pregnancy. It's like my least favorite romance trope.
And if this were normally, she would tell Trey, the boyfriend,
you would think,
I might be pregnant. And she does not want to tell him, which is clearly, but is a very tense situation. So after she finds out she's not pregnant, like she and Alex kind of embrace and then it slowly turns into almost a kiss. And then he pulls back and he's like, "What is happening?" Because his girlfriend is at the house.
Yeah.
Still.
And you just found out you're not pregnant by your boyfriend.
And she's so
who is
Poppy,
not me. Yeah.
Poppy does not handle this well. She's like, I mean, she's clearly very upset. She's like, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean it. But she's saying it in a way that's like, you kind of meant it, but also now you're walking it back because he pulled away and now you still don't want to like talk about it.
Right.
Because she's just saying she didn't mean it.
Yeah. I think Alex's whole gripe with her, like when it comes to the romance, whether it's there, whether it's not, whatever, between them is that she doesn't know what she wants.
Yeah.
And I think personally, I think she knows exactly what she wants, but I think she's afraid of actually getting it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think she knows. And I think in the book, they establish this a little bit more, but actually the Norway trip is when feelings started to change because genuinely up through like the years prior of all those vacations, they were just friends.
Just friends. Yeah.
They were just like, we have a good time together. Let's go on this trip here, blah, blah, blah. And then when the Norway thing happened, it's kind of flipped a switch for both of them because there was like a very intimate, tense little situation.
I think it was a choice. It's like you don't choose to go take care of someone for a week.
Yeah.
Unless you feel strongly for that person, whether romantic or not.
Yeah, no, I mean that they have a moment. Like there's an actual moment in the book where Poppy's like, what? Do I?
What was that? Hello?
Do I like him? Like, what's going on? So I do think that, like, again, completely platonic. Then it switches in Norway. And I can't remember how many vacations after Norway the Tuscany trip is. But it's like this, I don't know. It's just like, it never seemed clear to me until this moment that she even felt the same way towards Alex. Like, it's very clear from the beginning, Alex is head over heels in love with this woman. Whereas Poppy, I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50. Like, she could be into it or she could not be. And then this is the first time she actually, like, tries something.
I think that's part of it. Because, like, the whole time we don't know what happened in Tuscany. We don't know what the falling out is. And all of that is centered on her actually kind of making a move and, like, showing her hand a little bit. So I think I wish it would have been a completed move. I kind of feel like it's a cop-out that they didn't kiss. They didn't kiss. Well, and then, because then he runs off and the next day, he literally proposes to Sarah.
Yeah.
And she says, yeah. So, like, Poppy wakes up, he has proposed to Sarah. And so, of course, Poppy pulls him aside and is like, what the fuck? This isn't what you want. Like, you don't want to be in Linfield forever. And something that happened during this trip, like at a dinner when they first got there, is Poppy was talking about how much she loves vacation, and Trey was talking about, like, oh, we're nomads. We never settled down.
Yeah.
And Alex, he says something that I think I really do understand him as a character, and I think it all boils down to just this line of him being like, yes, I love vacation. I love being vacation Alex. The thing I love about vacation is that you come home from it. And that's something that Poppy never really had because she didn't build, like, a home for herself that she would be happy to come home to.
Right.
And to me, like, he always had that very solid, like, this is the home that I have that I want to have. And I have the freedom to go out and explore because I can come back to that. And he basically is like, I proposed to Sarah because I realized you're never gonna, like, decide to stay at home, to pick a home. You're never going to build. Do you know what I think is so
funny? Because I agree with you on some level that, like, that is a core to Alex's character, but I do also feel like him in that scene, he's lying out of his ass. He's bullshitting, not lying. I should say bullshitting, because I think the way that I read that scene also was just that he was so hell-bent on being the opposite of what Trey was saying. Because Trey's like, oh, we're nomads. We don't even have a mailbox. Like, we're just fucking living. And he's just like, well, that's fucking stupid. Because I do think, and again, this isn't canon. We're never told this at all. But I think Alex probably suffers from a high level of post-vacation depression when he hangs out with Poppy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I actually don't think he likes to go home after he's been with Poppy for a whole week. Like, I think he wants to stay with Poppy all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's like separating the person type of home from the place type of home. And that's kind of like what it boils down to. Because it's like, yeah, I love my boyfriend. I also love being with my boyfriend in our apartment. And he doesn't get to have that. They only have the vacations together.
Right.
So I think it's also like he has that desire to have that home with her.
But it's like, what vacations is he going on that aren't with Pop?
her?
Like,
No,
he's acting
he's not
like he
going on,
goes
no.
all like he's, oh yeah, whatever.
It's just
but it's
her.
like, no, you just want to be anti-Trey right now because you have to be like, oh, look how much better I am than your boyfriend. Don't you want to be with me?
And it's also like, this is what they judge each other for, right? Because she's like, you're settling and you know, are just, it's getting boring. You're staying in one place. And he's like, you don't have something to like call your own and, you know, a stable thing for yourself because you can't make up your mind. And that's like them disagreeing with each other's relationships is how they like put that
Sarah
out.
immediately agrees with Alex. She's like,
Right.
yeah, I feel the same way, except she's lying too. Again, I feel
she's
like
just,
everybody's
being,
lying.
yeah.
Everybody's fucking lying. Because later on we find out that she actually was like, fuck it, I'm going to become a flight attendant, which like good for her. Genuinely, I love that for her.
Yeah.
But
Cool
yeah,
job.
she was lying too.
So after all of this and Poppy and Alex are arguing because Poppy is like, you don't really want that. This isn't what you want. I know what you want and this isn't it. And he's kind of like, no, you don't know what you want.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is our last trip together. We're not going to do these anymore.
A gut punch,
Yeah.
frankly. Like,
Yeah. That's
came
not really
through
something
the
you
screen
can... Yeah.
and fucking punched me in the gut. Because that was, in my opinion, so mean. I was like,
it was not a good time to do that.
no.
Maybe let her down a little easier.
Or just like, I don't know, be a classic avoidant and like be like, oh yeah, I don't know if I can commit to these dates.
Right. When it comes to plan the next one, you're like, I don't know.
Actually, I don't think I can make it anymore. So sorry. But like after, if you really think about the sequence of events, like she thought she was pregnant. She got the negative pregnancy test. You guys almost kiss. You propose to your girlfriend and she's like basically like, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. And you're like, actually, you know what's not a good idea? Us taking these trips anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
But he'd probably
Intense.
been like, Sarah had probably been telling him that for a while of like, stop going on these trips with Poppy. And that, you know, brings us back to the present where Poppy is like telling Alex, because one of the reasons she came on this trip, right, because she found out he and Sarah broke up again. So she's like, why did you break up with Sarah? Like, I want to know that it wasn't because of me. And he's like, yeah, of course it was because of you,
no
you
shit.
fucking
It was
idiot.
because of you. Obviously.
And it's great because so the apartment's really hot and there's plastic on the walls or on the door. And she's like, I can't deal with this. There's so much, you know, going on. It's like the pressure is building. The heat is rising. And she has to, you know, cut her way out of the plastic into the rain. And we get another trope because they get to have an argument in the rain and then kiss.
Yeah.
Because he follows her out. Like, she's upset and he follows her out there and they talk about it. And they, you know, that's where he's like, you know, I was waiting for you.
Like waiting for rain in this drought. Useless and disappointing. Yeah. And she was basically like, I came here because I wanted to see you again because I love you.
Yeah.
And like, she's like, I want you. And he's like, you don't know you want that. And she's like, don't tell me what I want. Which I feel like is another, like, in terms of dialogue, that's such a rom-com thing.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what I mean. Don't tell me what I want. And so they make out and then they have sex and
it's hot.
And it's hot. And frankly, I think the day of the wedding, so they sleep together, whatever, it's the next day. They're getting ready for the wedding and there's a scene of just like Poppy looking in the mirror, like finishing her makeup. And you see Alex appear in the doorway and she's like, oh, can you do my clasp up? And he walks very slowly, doesn't say anything. He just walks up behind her and goes, no. And then they have sex again.
It's really hot. Yeah. It's
I'm
cute.
like, wait, to me, that's hotter than I love rain.
No, definitely. But
I
that
love a
one,
rain
that one's
makeout.
like the release of the whole catharsis.
Well, it's because it's also like Alex being confident as shit.
Yeah.
Like we've seen him so like unsure of how to interact with Poppy, but now that they've had sex, he's just like,
it's like, oh,
I'm
this
just
is
gonna
how
do
I do
this
it.
all the time.
Should have done it the whole time.
Yeah, you guys could have been doing this for a long time.
So at the wedding, and so like they're at the wedding, they're at the reception, everything's good. Even like Alex is
Emily Henry's in the audience at the wedding.
Or is it like Alex's dad is like, that's some woman or whatever, just like, because everyone loves Poppy. I think she starts a conga line or something.
She does.
Classic fun lady type activity.
Fun ladies always start a conga line.
Like Candace and the
It's
Traitors.
like their whole thing. Yeah.
So Alex is like, so what's next? What's after this for us? And Poppy immediately is like, I don't want to talk about that. She like defers. She's like, let's not worry about it now. Which to Alex is like, means like, oh, she's not going to do anything differently.
Right. But like, babe, we're at a wedding.
We're at a wedding.
Do
we really have to talk?
Can we talk about this at the hotel? Like, why do we have to talk about it right now?
But I don't think he needed a serious answer. I think that he just needed something from her to be like, this isn't just tonight that we're doing this. Like,
no,
be like,
I think that's what he was asking for. But at the same time, it's like, now you've put her on defense, right? Because she's in a room full of people. She's supposed to be the fun party girl. You guys have just had sex, so she's feeling you. And she's like, hell yeah, let's keep this going. And then you're like, because she does give like a flirty answer, right? She's like, oh, we're going to go back to the hotel and have sex and air conditioning and whatever. But instead of just, I feel like that was the moment that he needed to drop it for a second. Because he asked the question. She gave like a flirty, cute little answer. But he kept insisting. He's like, no, after we need to know what's going on. And it's like, it just happened. Like, give her a second.
But I think he's worried. Like, he's freaking out a little bit. And I think he needs some comfort. And so I think even if she had been like, well, figure it out. Like, I know, I believe in this, but she gives this very like, I don't know kind of answer. And I think that again it's them, they just set each other off with this and like spiral in different directions. But then
it's like, it's also too like Alex goes from like 0 to 100.
Yeah.
He's so intense. He literally, intense. She's like, just because he doesn't get the exact answer that he wants from her, even if it is just like a vague, like, we'll figure it out. He's like, actually, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I'm like, we've been doing it for 10 years. We're not going to keep going, like, whatever. And I'm like, whoa.
Giving up real quick there, buddy.
This is a hotel conversation, not a room full of people at your brother's wedding. Like, I'm so sorry.
He's really close to his family.
Like, what the fuck? But yeah, he like completely, he goes from 0 to 100 so quickly. So they break up.
They break up.
They weren't even together, but they break up.
It's over before it really even started. And so at the airport, Poppy's leaving. She runs into Sarah, of all people. She's a flight attendant now.
She's a freaking flight attendant. She found her passion.
And Poppy apologizes, like, that really wasn't fair of me, how we treated you, like or how I handled things with Alex, like, was not fair to you. And she's like, it's fine. You taught me a lesson and I'm doing cool now.
She's like, you're right, but also
it's like, whatever. And that's
I know what I want from life.
That's the thing is like, people are going to hurt each other in this life. You don't have to hold it against them too badly.
But I think it's also important too with what Sarah says here is that like, she says that she thought she knew what she wanted out of life. Yeah. And she had this whole like idea of what that was going to be. But then she realized she doesn't know anything. And I feel like that's the thing that Alex never, or he grasps it a little bit at the end. But like, he was so... like, he was gripping to this idea of like living in Linfield, having his house, having a stable relationship, having all of these things that he thinks add up to like a life that will make him happy. He was gripping them so tight that he didn't leave room for the possibility that, hey, maybe some of what I want actually changed. Yeah, maybe I do enjoy, maybe I would enjoy a different city. Maybe I would enjoy traveling a bit more than I do once a year. Something like I just think he was so hell-bent on like, this is the life that I chose. And if Poppy can't fit into that, then it's not going to work or whatever. But it's like, obviously they find their middle ground in the end. But I just think...
Well, and I think they really focus on, Poppy's growth and storyline here, because her whole idea is like she's, she doesn't have a home. She's looking for what she wants. She's trying out all these different things. And the thing that she really wants is in front of her the whole time, right? So she resigns from her job. And her boss is like, this resignation letter is the best thing you've written in like 6 months. So... okay, I guess go. Yeah. And Poppy goes to Linfield to see Alex.
Linfield, New Orleans, Louisiana, because if anyone thinks that house was in Ohio,
Yeah.
hell, first of all, most beautiful house I've ever seen. I would move wherever that house existed just
Linfield,
to live
Ohio.
in that house. Anyway, so she goes to Linfield.
After spending the entire movie being like, I hate running, I don't run, she gets to his house and he's like leaving for a run. So she has to chase him down.
And he can't hear her because he has like really good noise cancellation.
Yeah, we've established that earlier. But she finally, she catches him and tells him like, she did know what she wants the whole time. She was just afraid that if she like committed to him, he would see she's too much. But she really does love him and want to be with him wherever he is. And he's home. She's not, because at some point during their first fight, he's like, I'm just like a vacation to you. You just like come in and out or whatever. And she's like, you're not vacation to me. You're home. So cheesy. And then they make out in the middle of the street, which is cute. Which we love to see. Yes. The end.
And then roll credit.
They get a dog together and they live in New York City, and that's nice.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that little epilogue.
See, he didn't have to stay in Linfield. He was happy to leave.
But that's what I'm saying is I think like, especially when we're in our 20s, like, I don't know. I think, and this is part of the reason I think parts of Alex's character were underdeveloped, because that's a trauma response. That's actually his PTSD from his mom dying during childbirth. I don't know if you remember that, but that's the thing. But I think like a lot of how we inform our lives or our like desire for life as, children it's usually trauma based, and then it carries over sometimes into adulthood. It's like, I never want to live like my parents. Like, I want to be in a marriage that's actually happy, or I don't ever want to be home because my parents never leave their house, whatever the thing is. And so like as adults, it's our job to kind of sift through those things and be like, is this what I want? Is it like, constantly reevaluating?
Like, yes, it still is, like.
Yeah, the answer could 100% be yes. But I think even I've noticed that in my own life where I'm like, oh, I always thought this is what I wanted. And then I realized it wasn't that specific thing. It was like a feeling associated with that. And it's like, how can I find that feeling somewhere else? And I've been able to find little sparks of what that feels like, the feeling that I want.
Sam got over her cocaine problem.
And that's why I stopped doing Coke.
He stopped doing it.
I only do Diet Coke now. It's different. There's aspartame.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's our job as adults, especially like, if we have this on again, not on again, off again, but this like 10-year long unrequited love situation, like, and you finally get it. It's like, okay, let's take a step back and really think about, because I do think Alex self-sabotaged in that moment. And so did Poppy. I think that's the whole reason they haven't been able to get together, is because they both like self-sabotage a bit.
Yeah.
But if they just got out of their own way, they could have been happy this whole time. And they were. Look at their cute little apartment with their cute little wiener dog named Kenny G.
They just have to think a little less,
Think a little less. Feel a little more. Go to therapy also.
Go to therapy. What would you give? Well, okay, so I have a rating system that I like to use. Good movie, great movie, not for me. Very clear, very straightforward. So I jumped around a bit. So it's like great movie, good movie, not for me. And then if something's really, really, I mean, maybe we can reserve like something for like actually bad for the world type movie. But normally that's not really how I feel. I would put this in the category of good movie.
I would say good movie.
This is a good movie.
This is a good movie. Could have been a great series though.
It could have been.
I'm not getting off of this series thing. I do think I want more. I also just love looking at Emily Bader and Tom Blythe.
They are very good together, yeah.
I could look at them for days. And people online have talked about how they have no chemistry. And I'm like, I disagree. I think they have, especially in that scene where she's getting ready for the wedding and he walks up behind her. I was like, that was all the chemistry I needed. That was it. That was all I needed.
It was
right there. So yeah, I just want to see them. I do really hope that they continue to do like more rom-com. I would love to see Tom Blythe in another cutie little rom-com.
Make them the new like Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan,
please,
Matthew McConaughey.
I would
Catherine.
die.
What's her name? Shit. Fuck.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
No. Kate Hudson.
Oh,
Catherine
Hudson. Yeah.
Old Catherine Hudson, of course.
Oh, yes. Madam Catherine Hudson. Yeah.
So that was the first episode of season 2 of the Rom Complex. Woo! Still the same old, lovely hosts who make you laugh.
Yeah.
New movies.
Same friends, new movies, better giggles.
Better giggles. We're improving the giggles. Also, we're going to get famous. That's a bit that I'm going to introduce for season 2 is us
We're
getting
gonna get famous.
So
Yeah.
keep
we
an
want
eye
to
out
quit
for
our
that.
daytime jobs
Yeah, would love that.
to just yap on the podcast all day.
Yeah, I would do other stuff too, mostly.
No.
I would like...
It would be a 24-hour day, 7 days a week.
Oh, that's a lot.
Pod
That's
stream.
a lot. Big commitment.
We can't shower. We can't eat.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we shower and eat on
the
podcast.
People only tune in for shower times.
Yeah.
Ugh, this always happens.
I know.
Well, anyway, we'll see you next time with some more movies and romance.
Hell yeah.
If you want to see more from that, follow us on social media at The Rom Complex. You can send us an email, theromcomplex@gmail.com. Or you can head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/theromcomplex, where you can get access to mini episodes every week and tarot readings from Sam every week. And then we also do watch-alongs every month. And who knows, maybe there will be more. Patreon.com/theromcomplex.
If you're a $10 patron, we shout you out on the podcast.
That's right. Shout out to Catherine W., HPG, and Nicole J. DarlingHomebody.com.
So make sure you stick around for season 2. We've got a ton of fun stuff coming for you. It's going to be great. And until next time, remember to keep falling in love
With yourselves.
Bye.
Yeah. It's Snake. Rom Complex. Shelby. Sam. Let me do my thing before you do yours, okay? Look. Lights. Camera action is what I look for. Boomerang when you throw it back, girl. Love is actually what I'm good for. See, I know how to be a player. 100 girls I could hardly wait, but these days I move different. We in Palm Springs on a holiday. See, the idea you is different. Crazy, stupid love is all I feel. Out in Notting Hills, just if you ain't here, girl, I'm missing. Just being real, see, here's a penny for your thoughts. It's about time, so just go with it. Don't overthink about the cost, cause life in one sense is worth spending. And I'm the main one you spend on. For you, spare no expense. Puffy seats in the theater we been on. Rumor has it you got hard eyes, I'm hopeful, cause only you and I is quite a proposal. It could be one I know. That's word to the quotes in my notebook. Never been one to glow. I'm lying in the same way that a goat would. Lil Nicky found his Mary, and I swear there's something about you. Hugs and kisses only one thing, but no matter what happens later, I'm more lost without you. Best I can say it, please don't take my words out of their context. You make love seem so simple, I pray that you don't make it well, you know.
Romance ain't gotta be overrated or complicated. The Rom Complex. Welcome, we're glad you made it, but don't be shaded. Rom Complex. It's just the Rom Complex. It's just the